So this garden's all about being an entertaining, fun, theatrical space. It's designed to stop kids in their tracks and take a second glance and go, oh, that looks like fun, I'd like one of those at home. So the planting, I've gone for a very sort of tonal palette. I was influenced by Henry Rousseau and his jungle paintings, where he uses very similar colours with striking contrasts that really draw the eye in and make you take that second look. The whole garden is based around water, the flow of water representing that rush of constant life. So you've got the water tumbling off the back wall and running through the planting and slowly widening out and becoming more still until it's eventually into a quiet pool. Right after this, I'm flying out in just under a week's time to Moscow and doing my SIP show garden out there. And Russians are absolutely fanatical about show gardens now. It's all very new and exciting to them. It's in vogue. And so they got this fresh, young approach to their garden shows.
Will we see you in Chelsea?
My absolute dream is to be doing Chelsea. It's a pinnacle of show gardens throughout the world, and the standards and quality is simply superb. I'm very much targeting it.
The brief was for a very restricted set of commonly available materials, including the stone, the wood, some of the paint colours, the larger trees and the hedges. They were all compulsory, so it was to show people that they could create very different gardens with a very simple palette of materials that were easily available.
And how long did it take to put this together?
Well, we've been here, this is day 18 for us. The actual build itself was, just over 2 weeks, but we entered the competition. The deadline was in February, and we were preparing for our submission about 2 or 3 months before that. So it's quite an extensive period. It took a very long time and a lot of hard work.
So what happens to the garden after the show's finished?
Well, we initially hoped to find a buyer, or if not a buyer, then someone who wanted to take the whole garden and put it somewhere else, because of course it's sad to see a garden dismantled and sort of wasted, but we haven't been able to do that, so we'll be just dismantling it, selling the plants, and
we'll probably be giving a lot of the hard materials to charity.
That's right.
And one of the things we decided to do was to change the way materials are used. For instance, all the wood in the garden is not painted, it's been burned and then sealed to stop it being sooty. It's a Japanese technique called shosugiban, and you can see it in Japan. It's just coming into use in this country.
Yes, we also wanted to introduce, really encourage people to create a garden that has a real plan that goes right throughout the year, so that it's not just a quick bloom in summer and then an empty garden in the winter. So, as this planting rises and turns into a frothy haze in the summer, those grass seeds heads and these abstract compositions of stone-filled gabions will be there in the winter. It's designed to be a beautiful garden all year, and we've tried to provide people with a plant list that they can even add things that will flower in spring and flower in winter, to try to encourage people to really focus on their garden as a year-round view from the house. Our garden is designed to be a small, for a really small suburban plot, which is something that a lot of people increasingly are having, very small plots, but it can be done.